Your Movie Sucks, or Adam Johnston, is a gamer, musician, and most notably, a popular online film reviewer. In fact, I would probably point at him as one of my favorites. There are many different people online that go about reviewing movies like Ralph the Movie Maker or Nostalgia Critic, but if I had to give an example of one that does them in an interesting and unique way, I would probably use YMS as the best example. The format of his videos isn't the most unique, but of what he does do differently, he does extremely well. Yet he still retains his own particular style. So with that said, let's go more in depth with one of my favorite film critics, Your Movie Sucks. The first video he made on the channel, Your Movie Sucks, was released on June 3rd, 2010. It was a review of the movie Precious, a drama film based off the book Push by Sapphire. While comparing this video with a lot of his newer work, you can tell that his older videos have a style that more closely resembles Red Letter Media's Plinkett reviews, or other popular film reviewers at the time. But while watching his newer stuff, you can tell he's made more of his own style, and has shied away quite a bit from the Red Letter Media type format. He kept the parts that he knew worked, and would later become a staple of his channel, like the soundtrack he uses in most of his videos. The way YMS typically structures his videos is by going through different movies and discussing the problems he finds in certain individual scenes one by one, and mocking how idiotic and stupid it seems. This is what makes his videos quite interesting to watch, seeing his different, new, and interesting perspectives on certain movies that you yourself may have enjoyed, hated, or possibly not have even seen. What makes his content so enjoyable is that you may not even know what he's talking about sometimes, but that rarely travels into your enjoyment of the video he's making. Due to his unique style, in some instances, not knowing much about the movie he's talking about might even make the quality of the video improve. Let's compare him to another popular film reviewer, Chris Stuckman. Chris says his thoughts on a movie and helps explain whether it's good enough to watch. YMS does the same sort of thing in his quickie videos, where he rates a movie out of 10, though the rest of his videos are a fair bit different than that. Chris Stuckman rates a movie with a grading system, F being the lowest and an A+ being the best possible score. While on Adam's quickie reviews, he rates a movie out of 10 and ignores the rating system entirely in his YMS reviews. I guess what's so different about YMS in the first place is really how he presents himself, with the content that is. You watch him because of the person he portrays to you. It's his sense of humor, views, and opinions that makes YMS stand out so much. Yeah, his format isn't much to discuss, but his content doesn't strive off of his format, it strives off of him. The format of his videos is pretty simple. He doesn't really show his face or use webcam that often. Sometimes he uses an actual video of himself to prove a point. He'll also use it when he updates his viewers and thanks his Patreon supporters at the end of his video, or on his other channels, which we'll get to later. From time to time, he does show this picture of himself, but more as a gag or a meme. But mostly, he typically sticks with just relevant clips from the movie he's reviewing and talking about them while adding comedic edits. He tries to give some initial context behind his viewing of the movie, its creation, and the audience's reaction and impressions of the movie. He continues to go through the movie, breaking it down, and finally giving a summary at the end, giving his overall thoughts and impressions of it. It's a pretty basic format that he follows throughout most of his videos. Going more in depth with his content, he also has a few reoccurring jokes and memes that he likes to add. Not all of his videos are comedical. He does have things like his top 10 films of the year, where he talks about more dramatic and artistic movies. In his regular videos though, he offers real criticisms, but delivered in a comedic manner. Regarding his editing though, there's no doubt that he knows what he's doing, but the only times he actually uses his skills is mostly for the occasional joke. Believe it or not, Your Movie Sucks was not the first channel he's owned. In fact, that has actually been one of his later ones. In total, Adam has owned 5 different channels, most of them still being used today. It wasn't until the success of Your Movie Sucks that he actually began to become relevant. The first channel he ever owned has the simple name of Adam Johnston, although the channel URL uses the name Dark Ocean Adam, implying that maybe Adam Johnston wasn't his original username. The channel was actually one of the first on YouTube, in the same vein as other channels like Philip DeFranco and Jack's Films. The channel was created on September 27th, 2006. The channel currently has around 21,000 subscribers, and the original content that he made was, well, I'm not really sure. It's all kind of random and might have just been used for personal reasons. What I mean by this is that he might not have intended the videos for a wider audience such as the online viewer base he has now. Later on in the channel's life, after he had already established some of his other channels, he began to do Q&As, vlogs, and Google Hangout live streams for his Patreon supporters. These continue to this day. It was on November 19th, 2007 that he started up his next channel. An Unkindness video was made for the purpose of Adam being able to upload music-related content. There are a few other things on the channel, but it mostly consists of him playing different songs, whether they would be someone else's or his own. As of right now, the channel has 18,000 subscribers, but remains mostly inactive. Some of the greatest musical achievements that Adam has had would be for him to get his music used in the popular video game Rock Band. He certainly has a lot of passion for his music, though the latest thing he uploaded on the channel was about a year ago, which was a teaser for a new album of his. It was said to come out in 2017, but it seems to have now been pushed back to early 2018. The second earliest video was uploaded 3 years ago, so as of now, the channel remains dead. It wasn't until 3 years after the creation of an Unkindness video that he made his third channel. On June 1st, 2010, the YourMovieSucks YouTube channel was created. Right now, the channel is undoubtedly his most popular, having over 650,000 subscribers. Of course, as you know, the channel is the home of his movie reviews, but this wouldn't be the last of his channels. 2 years after the creation of YMS, he came to the conclusion that he wanted to start a fourth channel. Adam Plays was created on November 30th, 2012, and has been used for a multitude of different Let's Plays. Considering Adam is not only a big movie fan, but a big proponent of gaming culture as well, it makes sense that he would also want to have a gaming-focused YouTube channel. This is also his second most popular channel. It currently has over 102,000 subscribers. Finally, the last channel he owns was created on November 18th, 2015, and has the name Adam Plays Throughs. This has the basic use of archiving all of his Twitch streams, where again, he plays different video games. Considering the fact that he makes a new channel every 1.8 years on average, we can expect him to have about 20 channels by the year 2035. I just can't wait till he makes a YMS makeup tutorial channel. When that comes out, my life will be totally complete. All joking aside, it is quite impressive the amount of things Adam has been able to balance. Not only making music, continuing to make movie reviews, vlogging, live streaming on one of his channels and Twitch, but also running a part-time gaming channel, collaborating with other YouTubers like Rebel Taxi and TommyNC2010, and still continuing to have a personal life is honestly incredible. It's even more impressive when considering most other YouTubers that attempt this end up forgetting about their other channels, which is a testament to how devoted Adam is to being an online content creator. YMS is one of my favorite YouTubers, and my personal favorite film reviewer. I'd even say that he's one of the greatest film reviewers on YouTube. He's one of the few YouTubers that put out consistently good content, though he never seems to one-up himself. And honestly, he isn't given enough credit for the amount of work he does, whether it be regarding his main videos or content on his other channels. Overall, I'd say that YMS is truly one of a kind.